Are we on?
Are we on?
Yes. Thanks for joining us today. I'm David. This is also David, and Zek is helping us out in the background. And we're thrilled to be doing another live stream. We're thinking about making this a regular event on the channel.
Every other week. Right now, the chat is in subscriber-only mode. So if you want to hop in the chat, just hit that subscribe button below the video.
Yeah, until we kick it into members-only mode later on in the video. And then you should join our channel, which really helps us out a lot. We're thinking about building a new studio. Right now, we're in a room that is about 12 by 14, and that's where we record everything and do all the editing. And if you've seen any of the studio tours by guys like MKBHD, you'll know that it's kind of next level.
Or the Mr. Beast, Mr. Who's the Boss.
Well, Mr. Who's the Boss does it like kind of small,
Right.
and I've really enjoyed his videos lately because he's been getting outside. But today, in fact, I'm looking at a house with a 1,200 square foot detached heated garage, which might be able to be retrofitted. So that's kind of exciting. And all those $5 memberships, you know, if we could just get 100,000 of those today.
Sure.
There's the house.
There's the house. Nice and easy. We're going to talk about iOS 16.2. A lot of comments in the chat about when that's going to be released. If it comes out today, it should come out today, probably around 1 p.m. Eastern. So about an hour and a half from now. So you watch the stream, learn about all the new features. You have some lunch. You test out the features yourself.
And there are some really cool ones.
Yes.
Do you have any favorites? You want to dive in?
Let's
talk
dive
about
in.
iOS 16.2?
So one of the cool ones, satellite calling. You're lost in the middle of the woods. You've got no cell connection. How do you get out of it? Satellite calling. So we open up the settings app on our phone. Let's go to the settings side cam here.
See, this is where... There we go.
Yeah.
Professionals.
So we're in the settings app. We come down here to emergency SOS. Tap on that. So I have service right now, so it's in the demo mode. If you don't have any service, it's actually going to work. Like it did for an Alaska man who was stranded in the middle of nowhere, you know, between two towns that were 40 miles apart, had to use the emergency SOS to get out of it. But let's try out this demo. We'll tap try demo.
He died.
He didn't die. He survived.
He survived.
Just tap next. Answering emergency questions. During an emergency, you'll answer emergency questions that help you get assistance faster.
Can you talk faster, David?
I'm trying. Well, it's the boring splash screens. You know, this is, you know.
No, it's not. Okay, here, let's go to the splash screen. Sorry, I was looking at the front.
It's the boring splash screens. You can read those for yourself.
We got to give Zek access. I just realized this over the scene switcher.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
I thought that it should be me, but really it should be Zek. He's a professional.
Yep.
Okay, back to the phone.
So let's test out our satellite connection by tapping Test Satellite Connection. Temporarily turn off cellular to test satellite connection. Okay. Try to get a clear view of the sky. All right, well.
Yeah, I've got a clear view of this guy.
Yeah, so great.
I want to interject quick.
What did you say, Zach?
I want to interject quick.
Yeah.
Chat saying that the guy died.
He did not die.
It was a joke.
It was a joke.
Oh, I completely...
Pay attention, Zach.
Disregard.
Yeah,
So we got turn right to find satellite. Let's pop over here.
Bang.
So I got poor connection right now. So if you're
figure.
in the middle of nowhere, don't try to seek shelter. Stay
If you're
outside.
in the middle of nowhere inside a YouTube studio, you're in trouble.
Yep.
Yeah.
Example of a conversation you might have with emergency services. So we've got emergency example, lost or trapped. And it sent my emergency questionnaire, which I don't think I filled out, so I might want to do that. Medical ID, if you haven't set that up on your iPhone, definitely do that. And my location.
Okay. Well, that's fascinating.
Yeah, and it just said sent.
There are some other features in iOS 16.2 as well that are less sort of niche.
So iPhone 14 Pro, 14 Pro Max users. And 14, does that have always on display too?
I don't think so.
Okay, so they made always on display a little bit better. I complained about it. We both complained about it. It's too bright, drains battery, sort of defeats the purpose. So let's go back to the main page of settings here. Can I have my cellular back? Demo ended. Great. So they come here to scroll up, tap on display and brightness. Scroll down here to always on display. I have it enabled for this video. We've got some new options, show wallpaper and show notifications. So let's stay on the side cam here. If I lock my phone, there is my always on display. You can see the wallpaper there. It's kind of blue at the bottom. I've got one of the boring, color
wallpapers. Sorry, I'm paying attention to the shots here.
Sure.
Yeah, you just keep going.
So we got always on display on the phone. Now if I open up my phone again, turn off show wallpaper, lock the phone again, and now it's just black.
Yeah, that's what it should be. Always on display should be a Spartan utilitarian display. It does not need to be draining more power than necessary, but I really like it. I was at an event recently where I needed to speak a little bit, and I had the phone on the table like this, which let me keep an eye on how long I was speaking for.
Okay.
Which was really helpful because otherwise I used to have it on the phone, I'd have to like sort of turn it on, turn it off, glance at it. And yeah, it's a very cool feature.
Yeah.
David doesn't use it.
I don't like always on display. I'm just going to turn that off.
Yep.
We've got a brand new app called the Freeform app, not to be confused with the Freeform channel, which I think used to be ABC Family. I'm not sure how Apple got away with that. And it is a whiteboard app. So if I create a new board here, just tap the button, and I come here to my marker, and I can start writing sub to channel. Sub to channel.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm not a really big fan of the whiteboard apps. I never,
Never. Yeah, I actually loved it. I actually recently used it to take a look at a couple of floor plans because it has graph paper and it makes it really easy to actually draw in the lines. It was actually very helpful because you can put in images and it's kind of like Coggle. Remember that?
Coggle, yes.
Coggle. It's a mind mapping app that we used to use. I thought it was very interesting.
All right. We've also got live activities. Apple sort of talked this up at the Apple event and never really rolled it out. So let's show you how to get to it in settings, and then we're going to show you a picture that we have that will demonstrate it better than we can on the phone. So we open up the Settings app, go back to the main page of Settings, scroll down, and we're going to tap on TV, scroll down, this new Live Activities option, tap on that, allow live activities. So maybe you want to keep an eye on your Uber.
Maybe you do.
Maybe you do. Let's show them what that looks like.
Oh, that was the
There
cue.
it is. So there's your live activity. Uber is 1 minute away. Pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean, we used to get notifications. They kind of took it to the next level with live activities.
Yep. Also a good way to keep an eye on sports scores. I saw somebody say who was watching Argentina versus Croatia today. Maybe that can give you a live activity for you.
Is that the World Cup?
World Cup semifinals. And one really cool thing about the live activities with an iPhone with the dynamic island is that the scores will actually show up in the dynamic island. So it'll be like a scoreboard. So one team's on the left, you got their score. One team's on the right, you got their score. It's really cool.
That's very cool.
Yep.
If I watch sports, I'm sure I would appreciate that more.
Yeah.
I watch sports when David's around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've also got reporting of unintentional emergency SOS calls.
That's kind
the
of
new iOS 16.2 feature. After there were actually two incidents. So first, there was the big roller coaster controversy where people were having their emergency SOS trigger on roller coasters, and then recently, it's also happened for skiers where they're skiing downhill, and maybe
Makes sense.
they hit a tree or they just ski, and it calls emergency SOS on them, and it's
Well, I mean,
tough break.
anybody that skis with my level of proficiency knows what it's like to crash hard. And I'm not surprised that that would be something like a car crash.
Yeah.
Because I've fallen down plenty of mountains. I got a concussion once while skiing.
iOS 16.2 also brings 5G to India. So if you're in the chat and you're from India, maybe let us know. You got 5G coming your way.
You got 5G. It's just as useless there as it is here, I'm quite sure.
Another controversial feature, AirDrop.
AirDrop this is a great privacy feature because they took it from everyone, AirDrop to everyone all the time, that being a possibility, to AirDropped with everyone for just 10 minutes.
Yes, we go to our side cam here, swipe down upper right-hand corner of the screen for a control center, press and hold. You got our AirDrop, we'll tap on that. Everyone for 10 minutes. So this caused a bit of controversy because it was initially just rolled out in China. Protesters use AirDrop to quickly spread information. Caused a bit of a ruckus. Now it's on every iPhone.
Do you think that's why they rolled it out? Was it pressure from the Chinese government or was it a privacy thing?
I don't want to speculate. I don't know.
Because the privacy thing, to me, seems more logical. Like if I'm in... A lot of people have their phone named David Payette's iPhone or whatever your name is. So if you're in Starbucks and you turn on AirDrop, you would be able to see the names of the people who are around you, which could be a privacy issue.
Right.
But unfortunately, this is no longer going to be fun on planes where we love to AirDrop random things to all the people on the planes who don't know why they're getting those AirDrops. Sorry.
No.
I've never actually done that, but I've always wanted to.
I've seen like videos, people who do that. It's like a prank video. And
all you need to do is go to any public place, but no more.
Yeah, no
there
more.
The video genre is
so maybe it was
done.
probably a good privacy feature overall. I just think maybe the rollout could have been more polished by Apple. And we also want to talk about Apple Music Sing new feature. So if we go into Apple Music, and I got my song here, and you tap this lyrics button in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, start playing your song on songs that let you sing. It's basically karaoke in your iPhone. They'll remove the vocals, only play the instrumental. So we got that picture of what it actually looks like. It doesn't work for every song. I tried it in 10 different songs, couldn't find it that worked on one.
All right, where is that picture? So this is what it looks like on Apple TV, and this is what it looks like on an iPhone.
Yep.
And you can see there's a little cool microphone icon now.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, damn.
So if you see that microphone icon, if you slide that up, it'll boost the volume of just the instrumental, remove all the vocals. Pretty cool. Apple was able to do that. I don't know how they pulled it off, but
They've been doing that for years in audio stuff.
okay.
Pulling out
Fair
the
enough.
drums, pulling out. It never works that well, but people don't need it to work that well. You know. If only we could pull the voice out of other things. What else we got in 16.2?
That's 16.2 for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. It's really a lot more built into this update than there usually is.
Yes.
I mean, brand new app, Freeform, is going to be another Notes app, so it's a big one.
I think Freeform is going to be one of those native iOS apps that I just uninstall and save a little bit of storage space. But
No accounting for taste over here.
Yeah.
So what do you want to talk about next, David?
I'm just reading through the chat. Apple probably hates me due to keeping feature off. Apple wants me to keep on. Yeah, been there. Turning off those analytics.
Apple doesn't hate
Apple
you.
hates that.
Apple, hates a strong word.
Somebody asked who's behind us.
That's Zach.
That's Zek.
Zach is the video editor and musician. Just a great guy.
Yeah, George P. says he's definitely watching Messi win over Modric. Go Argentina.
Yeah, get out the broom,
At the broom.
because Messi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea
Yeah, he's
who
a
any of these people are.
Soccer player.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to our Discord question that we got recently. We've got a Discord link in the description section of this video. It was an interesting question talking about two iPhone features that we've never really talked about and how they impact battery life.
Right. Keep talking, David.
Keep talking. Okay,
Yeah.
so the question was, should I turn on increased contrast and reduce transparency in settings? People say it saves battery and such. So let's go into the settings app here. Settings. These are in your accessibility settings. I'll scroll up to accessibility and then display and text size. So you've got reduced transparency and increase contrast.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about why
Yeah, sure.
I don't think they matter?
Go for it.
Because the graphics processor on your iPhone, if there's a lot of graphics happening on the screen, technically it does use more power, but I don't think a setting like this is going to make any dent at all. I think at a certain point, people lose focus of the ones that really make the huge differences, like push mail or background app refresh. And it's just important to note that something like this is going to have 0.1% of the impact of changing as compared to changing another one.
So if we go to the side cam too, I just want to show you what this actually looks like. So reduced transparency, we turn that on, and you go to the home screen, for instance, the transparency of your folders and the bar at the bottom, it's just less transparent. And I think it almost looks broken on your phone.
You don't want that.
You don't want that, and we're just going to go back real quick.
No. Okay, sorry.
And we turn on increased contrast. You can see the difference on the screen. All the switches get like gray, and the green is almost black.
Yeah,
I just don't
it's
like
for
the way it
people with
looks.
low vision. It's accessibility.
So I mean, if you like if it looks better for you and you want to save a very small amount of battery life, then go for it. But overall, you're not going to save a ton of battery life by turning these switches on.
Right. Exactly. Can I bring up a news story from today that
Sure.
I thought was interesting?
Real quick, Messi or Ronaldo? Definitely Messi.
Okay, moving on. So I saw today that Tim Cook announced that iPhones have been using Sony camera sensors for the last 10 years, which is an interesting decision because Apple has always been very tight-lipped about where they get their components from. I was surprised.
Okay. Yeah.
I knew that they used Samsung displays for a while. I think they still do. But the Sony thing is interesting, especially because Sony makes a phone. And one of their major selling points is, we make great cameras. They have something like 45% of the market share. We've got Sony cameras. They're great cameras, but Apple admitting this might cut into Sony's competitive advantage if you can get the same camera on an iPhone, which obviously is better on an iPhone because of the software.
Yeah, I was surprised. Apple admits it's a bombshell story. I don't know.
It is a bombshell story. Well, to some. It depends on what kind of a house you live in, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a little bomb.
Yeah, well, Sony makes good products. Apple makes good products.
Yep. Another interesting news story from today. Apparently, scientists are going to announce there was a fusion energy breakthrough.
Yeah, wasn't that yesterday?
Well, they haven't announced it yet.
Okay, gotcha.
However, yesterday, scientists have announced there's going to be a fusion energy breakthrough, and they were able to, for the first time, make more power than they spent putting it into it. So a net positive power. Now, I'm sure that's not taking into account all the other power that they used, but the politicians need a win, so the Department of Energy will swoop in and take credit for the whole thing.
Sure.
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Been work in progress for many decades.
Yeah,
They
but
finally pulled it off.
it'd be great, yeah. I've seen the movies with the glass of water power a city. There was a movie with a glass of water that powered a city because they had invented cold fusion.
I watched over the weekend Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom for the first time, and The Rock powered their whole city, so essentially.
Interesting.
It was terrible. That was the worst movie I've ever seen.
David Lynch says Indiana Jones is the worst movie he's ever seen.
Temple of Doom was really
Is that
bad.
the most recent one? No, the Crystal Skull was.
No, Temple of Doom is the second one in the series.
Is that the one where they go in the beginning and there's the Asian... They're singing the songs? I loved that.
Oh, God.
It was amazing.
I couldn't believe the reviews were positive on
They're
that movie.
singing Anything Goes in a different language. It was really cool.
Rich Wrestler wants to know, are you guys musicians or engineers? Looks like studio stuff behind you.
Well, I mean...
I'm not.
David's answer is no. Zach went to school for engineering, and if at any point you want to know about our studio stuff behind us, I'm happy to talk about it. I'm a musician. I went to school for jazz piano originally. After having realized that my career as a jazz pianist would be less successful than my career as literally anything else, I fell back on professional YouTube. But yeah, I think that Zach is a great engineer. Got a couple of LA2As back there. We've been really focusing on making better sound, and this is our first live stream in a long time. It's challenging with a live stream to have good sound because we can't really use any of the processing stuff, or at least as much. But I worked on it over the weekend.
Yep.
So hopefully we sound okay.
A lot of questions still asking confirmation date iOS 16.2. Should be today, should be released sometime early this afternoon on the East Coast. Also got a question, what do we think about the iOS 16 bugs? So we use the developer beta, so we have a lot more bugs than people who just install the public releases.
I had an annoying one recently.
Okay.
My annoying bug was that every time I tried to send an email, the mail app would crash.
Oh, good.
So it would end up in my drafts folder, and then I'd open it back up, and then it would just crash. Which is annoying.
Yeah, the betas have been really stable for me recently. When iOS 16 launched developer betas, it was just a total mess.
Well, it's always kind of a mess.
Yeah.
But not as bad as last year's mess for you.
Sure. Well, last year I had a bug where every app would just crash as soon as I opened it, unless it was an Apple app, and that was just, it was bad.
It was awful. I didn't even believe David when he said, none of my apps will open.
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. And also, Apple's been releasing, so they had iOS 16.1, and then they got 0.1.1 and 0.1.2. I think it might be a 0.1.3. So they are seeing these bugs and fixing them pretty quickly. So iOS 16.2 should be pretty stable for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, Google Pixel Fold.
Yeah. Potential new phone. Let's get the mock-up on here.
The mock-up. All right. Bang. We got to scroll through our images here. We're still working out the kinks over here. Oh, that's small enough, huh? Where's our Google Is this one?
That's one, yep.
Okay.
Google Pixel Fold. So this might be coming out in May. Let me just find my...
The heck is going on over here? So is it supposed to be a tri-fold phone? Is that what it is?
No, that's like the...
Oh, it's just next to it.
Yeah, it's just next to it.
Oh, they're kind of backed up against each other. So our experience with the foldable phones has not been super positive.
No, it's been very negative.
Yeah. We have a Galaxy Z Fold 3 over there.
Yep.
I think after having used that, I decided just not to spend the money on the Z Flips. No, we have the Z Flip.
We have the Z Flip.
We decided not to buy the Z Folds because the screens just feel awful.
Right. Rumored price anywhere from $1,400 to $1,800.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
It's par for the course.
Are you really going to pay that much for a phone with a giant crease down the middle? I think you could probably get like a good phone and a good tablet for the same price, and I don't know.
Right. I think that until they're able to make the glass feel as good as it does on a regular phone, that
Yeah.
people are going to stay away from these phones because it's kind of a fad.
Yeah. Inner display, 7.69 inches with 120 hertz refresh rates, which is, I guess, if you have a screen that big, you kind of need that refresh rate.
Yeah, I mean, people are just making up numbers at this point. Do they really know?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they're just, all the phones are getting this for now.
Yeah.
You know.
Rear triple camera, we did the Google Pixel 7 Pro camera test, got some negative comments about our photos.
1,000 negative comments. People accused us of cheating, of doctoring the photos to make the Google Pixel Pro 7 Pros photos look worse than the iPhone 14 Pros because the difference was kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
We did not cheat.
No.
We just went outside and we took cameras. I had a little thing with both cameras right next to each other, just walking through the woods and pointing at things.
So if you want that camera system on a foldable phone for $1,800,
yeah.
Pixel Fold, Google usually holds their events in May. So look out this May for a expensive Google phone.
Yeah, I don't think that I would pick up that phone. Although I do like the Pixel for a lot of other things. I think that it's an excellent Android phone. I think they did a great job with the UI. People were also saying that we're just totally anti-Pixel, but
no, when we used to do the best phones of the month video, every single time I said if I had to buy an Android, I would buy the Google Pixel.
Yeah, it's
Every
well
single
built.
time.
It feels good.
Yeah.
It feels less complicated and awkward than the flagship Galaxies do.
Sure.
To me, anyway.
Do you think Apple will ever come out with a foldable phone?
That's tough to say. I think ever.
Ever?
Let's put a time limit on it. Next 10 years.
Yes.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
I think, well, maybe they won't release it. I think they probably already are developing it.
Sure.
I don't know.
I think that until there's a major glass breakthrough, they won't do it because they really do wait until things are good
Yeah.
before they put it out.
Yeah. Samsung made that very clear in the recent ad campaign with the Get Off the Fence commercials. And
I missed that.
Yeah.
What did they do?
we just had a guy sitting on a fence. One side's Apple, one side's Samsung, and the Apple side's all boring. And like, oh, we don't want to get all that new stuff we want. We want to wait.
Yeah.
And then the Samsung side's all cool people, and it's all green, and everyone's having a good time.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah, talking about how great foldable phones are.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's great. Let's see here. I have a poll question for everyone.
Poll question, okay.
I guess I could put it in the thing, but
Yeah.
I guess I'd rather just hear what the chat has to say. Have you been sick in the last 2 weeks? Because I have,
Yep.
and so has Zach, and so has David.
Yep.
And it has been going around the upstate New York area. And I wonder, it's the RSV thing, I think. Which sounds to me like a spreadsheet virus, but...
Yeah, you go into Walgreens, and everyone there is sick, too. And
Everyone's coughing.
People are coughing. It's bad.
Yeah, and I was amazed that people weren't wearing masks.
Yep.
But it was, it was crazy. I was over there trying to buy some Mucinex. Zach, did you just add
the poll.
Good job. What?
It's a funny poll question. And we also have the pinned question, what should the name of our live show be? I had a few ideas. So first one was setting the table.
Okay.
Because you got, settings.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, people, at least what I do is I like to have the podcast or live streams
It
on.
sounds like a cooking show.
In the background of my, I'm doing something else. I'm washing the dishes or whatever.
Yeah.
So you put on the show while you're setting the table, and we're talking about settings and also setting the table. It's a sort of, stuff going on.
It's a really cool name. It doesn't really scream technology.
No, it doesn't.
But I think it's clever.
We've got the Stop Talking So Fast podcast, which you could abbreviate to STSF. The STSF show rolls right off the tongue. Stop Talking So Fast. It's,
People think it's San Francisco. I like that, though.
One of the comments we get a lot.
Every day.
Yeah. So there's that.
You guys are going so fast. Slow down. So what did we do? We created a membership program, and we took our most popular videos and made PDFs that are guides to the settings that we go through so people can download them and go through them slowly. Some people joined because of that. Other people joined because they want to support us. Other people join our channel. This is an NLP thing. I watched a video about how to get people to sign up for things or do things. It was more about car insurance, though. I'm not sure it's going to work on you folks. But the memberships are really appreciated. It makes a big... We've already got 100 members.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Which is amazing.
66% saying they have not been sick in the past 2 weeks. So
well, that's good.
33% is still a lot, though.
Yeah,
it's quite a bit.
1 out of 3 people.
Cosmic Rays is asking, should I turn off motion and fitness tracking to save battery life?
I don't.
I mean,
yeah.
I like leaving motion and fitness tracking on because I track my workouts
Motion and fitness?
with the Apple Watch, so I leave it on. But if you're not tracking your workouts,
Speaking of the Apple Watch,
yeah,
I think David had some thoughts he wanted to share. Is the Apple Watch Ultra worth it?
An ultra waste of money? So I got it about a month ago. It was one of those things where it's like, I know that I don't need it, but it was really cool, and I kind of wanted to buy it. I haven't really done much with it that you can't do on any old Apple Watch. So I feel like I'm not getting the most out of it because there's people who are like doing all these extreme sports. They're diving 50 meters underwater or they're climbing a mountain. And I'm just, wearing it and walking to the gym.
But it's for people who would like to think that they're the type of person who would go scuba diving if they didn't live in the Adirondacks.
Yeah, well,
it's tough to go
scuba
diving in the Adirondacks.
Sturdy, but one thing I really do like, we get the overhead cam shot. Do we have that lined up?
Do we?
Really cool thing. It's got this action button on the side. Boom. Save a couple of seconds every single time.
What does it do?
It opens up my workout. You can customize it to do different things, but it's got the workout app. I also really like how it just has this red mode. I don't know. Looks pretty cool.
That does look cool.
Looks cool.
Yep.
But yeah, one thing that's really awesome about this is that the battery life is just incredible. I can go several days in a row without having to charge it. It's really amazing.
That is really cool. And I was actually surprised by how stylish it is and by how not giant it looks on David's wrist.
People are, they're like, oh, it's huge. It's going to be a distraction. It isn't that heavy at all.
No, it's good. It's a good watch.
One thing I've noticed too, I used to have the Apple Watch Series 2 and I had like the calorie tracker go on. I feel like Apple used to give you a lot more credit for burning calories when you were sitting around doing nothing. And I looked down at this watch and it's like, it's not giving me any credit for burning calories when I'm just sitting around doing nothing like it used to. And I was like, I've had a hard time hitting my daily calorie goal.
That's unbelievable.
I know.
What a bunch of
They're saying to get up more. Stand up.
That's what you're paid for.
Yep. All right, polls closed. 67% of 136 votes said they have not been sick in the past 2 weeks.
136, that's great. Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that people haven't been sick in the last 2 weeks. But I have. It took me out for like a week.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, and David also was sick. Yeah.
It's the Costanza says, anything Apple new now is a waste of money.
Oh, anything Apple new
Any
now?
new Apple products.
Anything new? Okay. I thought he was KNEWing me. Anything Apple new now is a...
Yeah.
You know what? Let's talk... I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say the AirPods Pro 2nd generation is a new Apple product, and those are by far the best headphones they've ever released. And I would say if you're looking for new headphones, get some of those.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yep.
Can we talk about a really cool new thing that exists in the world?
Sure.
ChatGPT. A lot of people are making videos about AI, and so I figured that we would just pull it up and maybe ask it some questions, and then I was going to show you guys what it looks like sort of behind the scenes, the more customizable version.
Okay.
So what should we ask ChatGPT? It's really good at a lot of different things, like write a poem about tech YouTubers. Let's see what it has to say. Tech YouTubers. They're quite the sight. With their gadgets and gizmos, they're a delight. They unbox and review the latest gear and give us a glimpse of what's coming next year. Their channels are filled with tips and tricks for those who want to get the most out of their tech. That doesn't quite rhyme, but it's pretty amazing. Make a joke, or how about say write 5 jokes about tech YouTubers. Why did tech YouTuber go to therapy? He couldn't unbox his feelings. I mean, it's good. It's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah. Why did the tech YouTube break up with his girlfriend? She couldn't compete with his love for unboxing videos. How do tech YouTubers store their videos? On a hard drive?
That's a fact.
It's not exactly.
It's understated.
Yeah, it's very subtle. I don't understand what that means.
Classic anti-humor.
Yeah, anti-humor is sexist. Sure. Yeah. So if you would like us to talk to ChatGPT, but what I'd like to show you guys is this really cool thing. This is the OpenAI Playground, and you really can give it almost anything, and it'll come up with a cool response. So this is Marv as a chatbot that reluctantly answers questions with sarcastic responses. So I asked it earlier, what's an iPhone? And Marv said a shiny, expensive way to make phone calls. So now I can go, and we've never done this before. What's an Android? I'm going to say smartphone. Another shiny, expensive way to make phone calls. I can say, like, which is better, iPhone or Android? Whichever one you can afford. Well, Marv is obviously concerned with money. But I can say, make a chatbot that responds like a sarcastic cat.
Just say meow, 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 meow.
Like, why did you scratch me today? It says, meow, why do you think? Because I felt like it. And then I could say things like, make it meaner. Meow, because I wanted to show you who's boss. Make it insult me. Meow, because you're too stupid to realize that I don't like being touched. So it's like, I mean, these things, it learns. It's not like Siri where you get one sentence and then she responds and then she's totally forgotten about what you were just talking about, the context.
Sure.
It really is amazing, this stuff. And I was having it write some code for me the other day, and it did. It fixed my code. It's remarkable. Yeah.
That's neat.
It's amazing.
It's cool.
It's going to change the world. It's a little scary. It's amazing.
We've got more than 400 people watching the stream right now. If you could, hit that thumbs up button below the video and then hit subscribe. Really helps us out a lot.
Yeah, and since there are so many people, I think that we should kick it over to members only mode for the chat. And then we will respond to everyone who asks us a question.
Okay.
Yeah. Zach, can you handle that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Zach, do you want to say hi to the people?
I'm good right now.
Okay, Zach, that wasn't a request.
Yeah, I'm okay.
No,
I don't.
No.
Hey, everybody, it's me, the editor guy. I'm sitting at the chair that you
You're
can't
doing
see.
great.
I'm doing the best I can. I'm also trying to figure out how to change it.
Okay,
to,
Zach, that's enough. Zach.
Zach's getting
All right, I'm
booted
getting
out
kicked. I'm getting the boot.
Zach,
You got a recent boo.
this is not a democracy, Zach. So, World Cup technology kicks NFL's butt.
Sure.
David, I don't know what any of those words
Well,
mean.
let's pull up so we're nearing the end of the World Cup. Semifinals start today. 4 teams left.
Okay.
Argentina, Croatia, Morocco, who've been surprise, and France. One thing that's been really cool about the World Cup is that they built new technology into the soccer balls. It's a 500 hertz inertial measurement unit, IMU for short, and what it can do, it tracks a whole bunch of stuff, but the main thing it's doing, along with a whole bunch of cameras, is tracking offsides down to the millimeter. So we've got that photo.
Which photo are we looking for,
We're
David,
looking
here?
for the photo of the soccer player.
Okay. That I should be able... This thing?
Nope, that's next.
That's next? This thing?
Well, we can show that too.
Okay, what's that?
So those are the soccer balls that
Okay,
they
that
have
makes sense.
they have to charge the soccer balls.
Interesting.
This video.
Oh, look at
this
that.
Image went viral on social media recently because they're charging the soccer balls before games. Pretty cool. But if we go to the offsides picture,
If I can find it.
there it is.
Okay, that?
So they're getting offsides down to the millimeter. So if you zoom in, you can see that his shirt sleeve was offside, which kind of, violates the spirit of the rule in my opinion. But technically, the Argentinian player there was offside. And,
Oh, wow. So it's not the guy in the white shirt. It's the guy in the green shirt behind him?
No, the white shirt guy is the offensive player who's offside.
Oh.
By half of a shirt sleeve.
But that's very obvious, isn't it?
No.
It's not this guy's foot in the background that's just barely touching it? I guess you're right. I don't know how these things work.
So the shoe, the offensive player can't be past the
white line?
the tip of his shoe when the ball is kicked. Mm-hmm. So there, his shirt sleeve is beyond that theoretical line.
Wow.
And that cost Argentina a goal, and they end up losing to Saudi Arabia.
Don't cry for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Argentina. So they lost to Saudi Arabia because of that.
Well, I
Interesting.
think they had 2 goals called back, and they end up losing 2 or
So
3
did the coaches have to challenge like the NFL, or
No,
does it just go
it all happens
like
automatically.
tennis?
Yeah, VAR.
Wow.
Yeah, they say we're going to hold it up for VAR
Then they fake the results, depending on how much
fake the
money
result.
they
No,
get paid.
That's only in American sports. That's my conspiracy. So we have the image of the NFL game where Gene Steratore used an index card to measure the first down.
Oh yeah, I remember this game.
Yeah. So that's sort of like the difference where, FIFA has got technologies into electronic soccer balls, and American football has, guys
cards?
holding sticks and index cards. And my conspiracy theory is that the U.S. organizations want to have some control over the final result of games.
Conspiracy, David? I mean, I think that. I'm not a conspiracy theorist guy, but I really do think that there's some stuff going on.
Well, if you watched the UFC over the weekend,
I did not watch that.
Paddy Pimblett got the win after clearly losing the fight.
Yeah, actually, another video Zach told me about yesterday and had me watch is called chess boxing. Have you heard of this?
No.
So you have a chess match, and also it's a boxing match.
Okay.
So they sit down and play a round of chess in a giant arena, and this YouTuber, Ludwig, did it.
Okay.
So there's this chessboard, and you get two guys. They play. And then the chessboard raises up off the arena, and then they box around. And then the chessboard comes back down, and they keep playing, and then they box around for 2 minutes, and this happens like 4 times. And whoever wins at chess wins. Or if they get knocked out in boxing.
Okay. So it's like a Beauty and Brains, not Beauty and Brain.
Brains and Brawn.
Brains and Brawn, sure. That's it's an interesting concept.
It was pretty interesting to watch. It was. I mean, it was like so over the top in terms of production quality, but I love these guys that are pushing the limits of what a YouTuber can do.
Sure.
It really was impressive.
Kind of sounds like Slam Ball, where they had the basketball and they had the trampolines and then the fouls. So it was like one-on-one. You could just knock the guy out of the air.
Slam ball.
Yeah, Slam Ball.
Right out of the air.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Zach, I see that anyone can send a message now. We turned off subscribers only mode.
No, it's not.
The members only mode is on.
Oh, but why does it say right underneath?
I don't know. I think it's
Interesting. Yeah. Sorry for the technical question there, everyone. Get a little confused sometimes. So,
Apple hits the brakes on driverless car plans.
that's a great title, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
pretty good. Project Titan, they announced that back in 2014. That's Apple's driverless car plan. I always thought it was weird that Apple was moving towards making a driverless car.
Yeah.
Slammed the brakes on. They slammed the brakes on.
I don't know why they were making the car. I think they realized that all they need to do is get inside everybody else's cars with CarPlay 2, which is what they're talking about, and just get all that data from people.
They wanted to make it fully autonomous, like no steering wheel, no nothing. You would just, it's like a bus.
I think they see the way the wind is blowing with driverless cars right now. Have you seen some of the videos of the Teslas actually doing the driverless stuff?
And
did I show you that and screwing up?
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah.
You think that these cars are ready to go. One of them almost drove into a path of a train.
Yeah.
And then later it almost drove itself off a cliff.
I wouldn't trust those, yeah.
It was like, and they're not fixed. One of them ran a stop sign and got pulled over by a cop.
Yeah,
He's like, who do I write the ticket to?
Elon. Send it to Elon.
And my buddy Scott, he is at the end of his Tesla lease right now. And they've dinged him for all this stuff, but he can't talk to a real person at Tesla to dispute any of the return stuff, and he has to drive the car hours away. It's really a pain in the butt if you lease a Tesla.
Yeah.
I'm good with my Honda.
After seeing how Elon runs Twitter, I'm even less impressed with Tesla than I was before. So.
Yeah, Elon is... Ugh.
So now, the Apple driverless car will only be autonomous on highways. It'll have a steering wheel now, which I think is...
Oh, wait, there's still a car.
They're still planning. Target launch date 2026. They're just cutting back the autonomousness of it.
Autonomousness?
Yeah, so...
Yep. Interesting. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that fully autonomous driving cars is more of a marketing slogan than anything else.
Another potentially new Apple product is the Apple VR headset.
Yeah.
Right now, the operating system... XR OS, which is kind of confusing. If you ever had an iPhone XR, it's also the XR. So
Don't you think that it's going to be VR OS and they've just like changed one of the letters?
I don't know.
Why would they call it XR for VR?
Extended reality.
Oh, right, because it would be VR or AR.
Yep.
Yeah. XR OS.
Yeah. So potential January event, that's kind of the speculation right now. It could
Yeah.
also be pushed back to the summer for Worldwide Developer Conference. One thing that was, I pulled this quote out from an article. As has been previously rumored, the headset will have new versions of existing apps like Maps and Messages, which have been redesigned for AR and VR experience. I just don't understand what utility the Messages app in VR would have.
Well, you could just
What's the point?
you could just see your messages pop up.
Who needs that?
People that own the glasses, apparently.
I guess.
People could have said, my dad used to say, who needs a smartphone? I don't need that. I just need to make phone calls.
Sure.
That's what we sound like now.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, you don't need that. In 20 years, kids will, come on, Grandpa.
Well, it can do so much more, but if you're using the VR headset to look at Apple Maps, which are wrong anyway, and send messages,
It'll be interesting to see how they deal with the distraction factor. Because if people are wearing these glasses and driving a car, it's terrifying.
It's a big headset. It's like a huge thing.
Yeah, but if they ever go in the AR direction and make it smaller, which I think they probably will, because VR headsets are big. Then again, you see what Mark is doing over there
Yeah.
at Meta.
Recently added pants or legs or something.
Oh, he did? Yeah. I don't understand why Mark Zuckerberg thought that he would be the best salesperson for that game.
Because he's already a robot. So he's like,
It was easy. It was easy transition.
he's like he's already halfway between like human and
You got to get the
artificial.
celebrities in there. You know, get Jennifer Aniston, pay her $1 billion to go up there and look like she's having a good time. Then people actually buy it.
maybe.
Trying to rely on Mark Zuckerberg for likability is not the best move. Yeah. But, hey, it's easier to, have a backseat billion-dollar company driver, I guess.
Sure.
So, Mark is cool. Another interesting news story today. More and more keeps coming out about the FTX thing, which is that founder who was giving all the U.S. government policy, decisions and stuff, and he lost the money, the billions of dollars.
Whoops.
Right. So now it's come out that FTX's inner circle had a secret chat group called Wire Fraud.
Good. Good. Yeah.
So dumb. He bought millions of dollars, like $250 million of Bahamas real estate. They want that back. Yeah. It's not good.
Well, at least we're beyond the point where people are talking about crypto as, some alternative to U.S. currency, and now people are just realizing that it's a investment opportunity.
No, it's a get-rich-quick scheme, and it always has been. But I guess it's an investment opportunity. NFTs are the real scam.
No. Yeah.
NFTs are absolute BS. Garbage.
Yeah. Not the Rainmakers cards. You can use those in contests and win prizes.
Well, that's the thing. There has to be some sort of actual scarcity attached to the thing.
Right. Well, there's utility. The Rainmakers has utility. Every other NFT has no utility, as far as I've seen.
Yeah, it has to have utility. Otherwise, it's just you're buying a unique code of letters and numbers that means nothing. Somebody bought one for something like $70 million. It was going for more than a Renoir or something.
What's that worth now? Nothing.
Nothing. Sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Shall we talk about T-Mobile?
Sure, let's talk about T-Mobile.
Yeah.
So every day we get in our inbox, email inbox, we get stories.
Emails.
We want get emails. We are subscribed to a service called Help Our Porter Out, Harrow. And what it is you get 100 listings, journalists looking for experts to comment on stories. 99% of them are, we can't answer. But sometimes there's one that we can. And we got one that was about phone insurance. So I was like, oh, I can respond to that. Huffington Post. Would love to get featured in Huffington Post. So as I was doing a little bit of background research for this pitch, I found this thing on T-Mobile's Protection 360 plan. And we've talked before about how we don't really buy into phone insurance. I think it's sort of a scam. Larry, one of our members, said, no, it's not a scam. It's just expensive. And
I think there are better alternatives like AppleCare Plus.
So one of the things that T-Mobile Protection 360 includes is unlimited screen protector replacements. We've talked about screen protectors before, where they cost, 5 to 10 cents to make. Places like T-Mobile or Walmart mark them up to $10, $20 to make a bajillion-dollar profit.
Yeah, they could be replacing them every day and still be in the black.
Right. Fine print of the T-Mobile plan. Screen protector coverage. If you purchase an eligible screen protector on the same day you enroll in Protection 360 or after, then you are qualified for repair. So before you can actually get that feature of your insurance, you need to buy a screen protector from T-Mobile, and they are not cheap when you buy them from T-Mobile. The profit that T-Mobile makes on that initial screen protector sale is worth more than any number of screen protectors you will go through in a lifetime.
That is
Rip off.
insane. Yeah, it is a ripoff. Hey, we got a super chat from Gina T. Bray. Thank you so much.
Pair dropping the mic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Pair, yeah.
Yeah, there's a pair of us.
Pair
of Davids.
There you go.
Right here.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. Every little bit goes a long way.
Sure does.
And it looks cool in our chat.
Yeah, that's
cool.
about half a screen protector. Right
Yeah,
there,
so, well, or 50 if you're making them yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Gina. Really, it does help a lot. We were going to talk about 5G a little bit. I saw recently that MKBHD and a lot of these guys are coming out with videos about 5G.
Yeah.
You
2 years late.
2 years late,
We were
we
there
came out
first,
with it
yeah.
first, but
Yeah, that's
whatever. But you'd be surprised at how much we enjoy, or probably not, MKBHD and
Yeah, he's all right.
Mr. Who's the
overall
Boss
right.
and iJustine. These people are inspirations. It's amazing.
They're okay. Yeah.
They're great. Yeah, they sort of they set the trend. And
Sure. Well,
We
we set
follow
we set
there.
5G trend.
we did set
I think we
that
put out a
trend.
video in 2020, I want to say, 5G sucks, and pretty much hit all the complaints that are being talked about now, and
Right, but we had 100,000 subs at the time, or
that's all right.
they've got 10 million, and so they came up with it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's why you should. It's great. It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
It's not like we haven't copied anybody, David. Jeez.
No, never.
Yeah, we just go
Every
out there
idea
and
we
boom.
have is original.
Yes, that's right. That's totally right. You want to take any questions or anything else?
We
Is
can
there
take
anything else we
questions.
have to talk about
We can
before
take
we wrap
questions.
it?
We don't have any questions.
Well, it's because we put it on members only
That's
mode.
true.
Because the idea is that y'all can sign up to be a member to ask a question. And we just did.
Like Anti-Dropoly did. Hello.
Anti-Dropoly, you're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you for becoming a member. One thing I did want to talk about, we talked about a little bit about AI and NFTs. One of the concerns that's happening now with the AI art programs like Lensa is that what they did to develop these AI bots, whatever, is they scraped a bunch of images from the internet without the original artist's consent. So now these, really awesome pieces of art are being created and sold, and the people who actually, created the art that taught the algorithm are getting left behind.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the age-old complaint of we have a website and Google takes the important part of the article out of the website and puts it right at the top of Google search results.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey. Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
what's
what's
up?
up, Anti-Dropoly?
Not much.
Yeah, what's up?
What's up with you?
Chilling, yeah.
Chilling.
Yeah, just chilling.
Yeah.
NM. What do they say? What do the kids say?
They used to say NM.
Yeah.
And NMU. Not much you.
You, right. Yeah. Yeah, chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know what the kids say.
I don't know.
They say it's on fleek.
I'm not a kid anymore.
No, you're getting a little long in the tooth over there, David. Yeah. Back when I met David, he was just a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you saying NFT are a scam from earning profit or just in general? You called NFTs a scam.
I know I did. So I've looked at the data about NFTs, because NFTs have this ability you can see every transaction that ever happened. And I'm not even going to find the data that I found right now because it'll just take up the whole live stream. But there's been this programmatic buying and selling of NFTs to inflate their value, and it was over years. It's the long con. So the thing about NFTs is that if every single transaction is anonymous, a lot of times people figure out if something's valuable based on how much other people are willing to pay for it, right? But if I'm the one that's selling the NFT, I could also be the one who's buying the NFT for a higher price, and nobody would ever know. I'm selling it to myself. So there's this manipulation of the price that has happened over years. Eventually, people will actually do the research themselves, and I thought about doing a video on it because it's just so obvious that they're scams. So the concept behind the NFTs is that you can buy something digital, but that it's also unique, right? So you get the unique version of a GIF. Notice I'm saying GIF now, or an image. But the problem with that is that these digital assets like images are perfectly replicable on David's computer, on my computer. I can send it to you over email. So there's no scarcity attached to it. The only scarcity is attached to the NFT itself, which is a string of letters and numbers gobbledygook that doesn't mean anything. So,
Well, you could replicate the Mona Lisa.
You can't. There's only one original Mona Lisa.
There's only one original NFT.
Right. What?
With the image. It's the same concept though. Like you
Well,
got-
it's artificial scarcity. It's taking the scarcity. It's the NFT is the same as the certificate of authenticity. It's saying the certificate of authenticity is what's of value, but it's not. It's kind of transposing the value from the actual scarce object to the certificate of authenticity. There's only one Mona Lisa. You could buy really good fakes, but it's never going to be the exact same original one. Whereas if you have a JPEG,
sure.
like if you have an image, you can copy that 1,000 times. It's free to copy, and everybody's the same quality. It'd be like if the Mona Lisa was just an image. I could send it to my friends.
You could.
Well, I could send an image of the Mona Lisa to my friends. Right. NFTs are not a good buy. And I think that the price manipulation that we're going to see some documentary filmmaker who's not bored come out with in a few years is going to be very illuminating. A lot of rich people will have gotten rich quick off of a lot of Americans and other people.
Yeah. Well, what they're seeing now is that at least in crypto space, is what happened is that the late adopters were disproportionately people of color, and they got left holding the bag when the whole house of cards crumbled to the ground. So,
Yeah.
transfer of wealth, if you will, from.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get into that, but I think that NFT, it's obviously just a big.
Yeah, well, if you like an NFT and you really want to buy it, I'm not going to stop you, but it's probably not worth the money, and the prices are just going to keep falling. Like, there was a website called NBA Top Shot that was really big for a little while, where it was like little video clips of basketball highlights. So I got a free pack, and I got like a Tyler Hero jump shot, and sold it for $6 or whatever because it was free.
Okay.
And it was really big for a while, and then all of a sudden it just totally crashed, and stuff that was, some of them sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now you can get these really, what used to be expensive video clips are now selling for very cheap, and
Yeah.
a lot of people lost a lot of money on NBA Top Shot. And it had a ton of investors. It had a lot of backers too, and it had a really big market evaluation. But
Yeah. Yeah.
don't buy NFTs unless they're Rainmakers cards, in which case, great buy, because
Well, then
you
they
can
have some utility, right?
and you can enter DraftKings contests and win some money.
Yeah, let me see if I can find this. Okay, this is the one that sold. This picture sold for, I'll just sort of zoom in here. It's a JPEG. It's a really big JPEG. It's called The First 5,000 Days. Sold for $69 million.
Goodbye.
$69 million.
I mean, anyone who can afford that probably doesn't care that the price tanked. What's it going for now?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
But interesting enough, a similar sale was Vincent van Gogh sale. Also was the same price. So you could have this JPEG, which, oh, by the way, I could just send to you. Or you could have a real Van Gogh for the same price. It makes absolutely no difference.
But when you get the Van Gogh, now you're a target for crime, because someone's going to break. You can't break into your house and steal your NFT certificate.
Nobody cares about that.
Have you guys thought about doing a video like the best iPhone Magsafe accessories?
That's a really good idea. Hey, Zach, can you toss me the Magsafe thing from the drawer over there? The little continuity camera stand? Because I think that's a really cool accessory by Belkin.
Where's that?
It's a circle. It's in there.
This thing.
Yeah. Chuck it. All right, great.
I just
Perfect.
use the Magsafe charger. That's the only one I really use.
Yeah, so this is the continuity camera, which is a new feature where you can stick the little Belkin thing here, which is great. It sort of snaps on. And then this part comes out, and this part comes out. How does this work? Okay, this goes like this, and it goes up here somehow. See how well it works?
Yeah.
I totally know how to do this, too. So like this? This part goes, how does this work, David? What did I do wrong?
It's a great product.
The other thing that's cool about it, though, is it's a kickstand, which I love.
Wow.
I love
Yeah.
that part. But, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really explored too many Magsafe products.
The camera does look a lot better
Okay.
on iPhone than it did here. How does this work? You do it like this? Like this.
There you go.
There you go. So now you've got a giant phone on your computer. It's going the other way. Looks kind of ridiculous, I guess, if I'm looking at. People are going to be like, why? But it really does look a lot better. I'm waiting for them to make one for the Pro Display XDR, but they haven't yet.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, other MagSafe accessories. We've got one right here. This is a cool one.
Yeah, cool little stand.
Little Belkin, another Belkin product, I think, right?
I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. MagSafe stand. I use the MagSafe, the Apple one with the Apple Watch charger. I think that's really cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's great. A lot of great MagSafe accessories. Maybe we'll do a video on that.
Sure.
It's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if, why not? Maybe people won't watch it, but,
Nah.
that wouldn't be new for us.
Yeah.
Shall we wrap up the stream?
I sure.
Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. Please become a member if you want to support us. Drop a top chat. Drop a dollar amount if you feel like it. I guess we're supposed to ask for it. We're not exactly born salesmen over here, which doesn't necessarily work in our favor, I think. If you had to ask people to...
If I had to ask people to do what?
To give us money or join our channel.
Well, I would say, if you want to support our content, a few ways you can do it. Thumbs up the video. It helps us out a lot. That's a really small ask, nice and easy to do. Hit that button, you're gone. Cool. Yeah. Subscribe to the channel. Helps us out a lot. Joining the channel. You get a lot of perks when you join the channel.
Yep.
All that money goes to, we get the full 100%? No?
No, we get 80%.
We get 80%. So 80% of your membership comes to us, help support us, get new stuff, get new cameras, get new audio stuff, let us do new projects like live streams that we're hoping to do every other week.
Yep.
Looking to upgrade the studio space. It is very small in here. It gets hot very quickly in here. We're probably both sweating a bit right now. And,
that's actually really good.
Yeah, it helps us out. It's hot, it's sweaty in here.
Yeah.
It's small. I don't have a cup holder, so I have nowhere to put, fluids. So we're talking for an hour, and my throat gets dry.
I think you sold it.
All right,
definitely.
So there's a join button below the video, and there's a whole bunch of perks, and it helps out a lot.
Really appreciate it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I think that at this point we shall say,
see you next time.
See you next time.